Wrapping up this catalpa Santa carbon, working more on the hat, kind of giving those lines a little bit more definition with a smaller gouge. It's the old 15 millimeter number 11, doing some mallet work. Going around the fuzzy ball of the hat, outlining more around the fuzzy part of the headband. Really like the way the grain looks on this piece. From this point, it's really just adding little details and adding my own little touch to it. Kind of giving it a distinct look just because of the way the grain is. And like right there, I decided that the needs a little bit more beard over on that side, so using my big gouge to go up there, and then I'll just work down the beard some. And when I do this, I do look at like the flow of the hair on the beard, but also it's the grain and just cutting it where the grain will be emphasized a little bit if possible. Taking that beard right up to the bottom of the mustache. And there at the bottom, I don't like to have the beard just come straight down, and so that's why I make the little curvy cuts at the very bottom where they're just not straight. To me, that gives it life, and that's something I try to do on all the pieces that's got a beard or any hair. You just want it a little different. Want it to have some movement down there. Curve toward the right, and on the left side, curve toward the left. And that's just the way I did in this particular case. Using a flat gouge, I think it's the number 3, just to get a little bit of that wood off to make it look better up underneath make it look more natural up underneath the lip, the bottom lip. The smaller the chisels you use, the closer you are to finishing up. And this is a time to just kind of slow down. And it's hard to do for me because I'm ready to get it done. I'm ready to have it finished. But this is where your work needs to just slow down, and because you're not taking off a lot of wood, but it'll make a lot of difference. Especially if you take off too much. Going in there outlining the top, where the top of the teeth are with the V-tool. And I'll have to look at the number on that. I think it's a number 41 or something. They do some kind of, say, Henry Taylor tool. They do some kind of odd numbering. Or to me it's odd. I never have understood it, but I think that's a 9mm number 11. It's one of my most used tools. You can tell because the handle is browner, has more patina on it from being used so much. I probably use that one more than any other chisel I have. I start on the mustache putting a little bit of texture on it from the bottom of the mustache and work up toward the nose or the cheek, and run it all toward on the Santas, run it all toward the nose, even though that's really not the way it goes. Then I go back and carve from the top of the mustache to the bottom and kind of round off the bottom of that and put some texture on it. And I'll just do the same on both sides of the mustache. And I use that same tool, texturing mustaches, on that one, or like the little 8 or 9 inch ornaments that I carve. I use that same tool to texture their mustaches. Just put the cuts on top of each other and it makes it look smaller. When I start carving a big piece like this, if I'm starting and I've got everything put up, I'll get down my 3 biggest tools, the big like 30 millimeter number 11, the 1511, and the big, I don't know, 50 millimeter 2. And I also have a number 5 that's, I think, a 50 or 60 millimeter. Then as I work down, I get the smaller tools down. And here I'm going back over the outline of the face with the V tool. And as I work down to more and more details, all the tools get smaller and smaller. And when I get to that smallest V tool, like doing eyebrows, it's pretty close to over at that point. Using this I'm really not making any new cuts, just cleaning up what's there. Where I've went up in there with a gouge or something, I use that to kind of smooth that over and make a good, nice, fresh cut. And using that gouge to outline that hat band, the outer part of it, then that leaves some more wood on the hat part to take off to make it look like it fits and doesn't just stick out for no reason. Still going with that, make a good, smooth transition. And now I'm going in that fold where the piece of the hat folds over with the tassel on it, going over that with the V tool, putting in the final cuts on that. And going around that fuzzy ball itself with the V tool to outline it, give it some more shadow. And again, smoothing that transition of form there from that V tool cut to the top part of the hat. That was a kind of a wide V tool, just using it to where I use that deeper one. It kind of flattens out the edges to, like I'm doing there with the gouge, flatten them down where it looks more realistic, looks more relaxed, doesn't look stiff. Putting a little bit more texture in it, again, where it won't look like it's got hairspray on it or something. Just be a relaxed, soft hat. Now get a pretty big flat gouge and turn it upside down to work the cheeks. down to the mustache, checking to make sure they're the same size. Now I'm putting wrinkles in the face, and I'll go up there and do the eyelid and put the wrinkles all around the eye. I'll go work from inside out, outside in. I just, whatever is the easiest. I'll go around the bag under the eye. I'll put 2 or 3 wrinkle marks on the side of the cheekbone and carve the upper eyelid where it hangs over the lower lid, and I'll exaggerate that and go on out the side, the outside of the eye. And right there I'm putting in a little flat S-type cut on the cheek going up toward the nose, and that makes him look like he's smiling. It's a wrinkle that's really not there on people, but like on these Santas, it really seems to make it look like it's smiling more. And as I said, when get to using V-tools all the time, and the smaller the V-tool gets, the closer you are to finishing. And I'm getting pretty close. Putting in the eyebrows. And once I do that, this will be done on the carving part, except where I patched that nose. And I did not video that, but I did patch it. And I think we'll go on from here and do a painting. Do the painting video. Putting in the last few marks for the eyebrows. And pretty much calling this one done. I'll finish and take it off there, sign it, and then I'll paint it here in a day or two. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Like if possible, and subscribe if you'd like to. Thanks.